Okay, this is what my basement set looks like for lighting jewelry. I told a friend I would show him this, and so he could see what I was doing. One thing I did is a lot of small items. You want like to almost have that silhouette look, that backlit look with no shadow or anything like that. So what I did was I took a card table. This is just a cheap card table I bought at a yard sale, and I cut a hole in it, and over that hole I put a piece of let me just see if I can see. I cut a hole in it, and over that hole I put a piece of like white translucent plexiglass, and I use that as my background. And what I do is I have 3 lights on this set. Now I have a light underneath this translucent lucite, and what that light does is that's what the light looks like. I think it's a 250 watt, and I got it like on a kickstand with a clamp supporting it. What that light does is it just illuminates it from the back and almost makes it look like a silhouette, and it gets rid of like shadows. And then I use 3 lights when I do jewelry. This is a total light. That's like 250 watts, and they're all tungsten. I probably should use daylight. My camera would read it better, but I like tungsten. And the daylight bulbs are more expensive, and they're usually blue in tint, and they lose power. You know, it's like the blue tint cuts to like a full stop, so you don't get as much light for your money. Anyway, so that's a low Toda. It's a big, wide, even light, and I have that go through a screen. The screen is good for filling in. Like if you have silver or reflected jewelry, it sees the screen behind it, and then you don't get as many reflections, especially if you shoot it at an angle like forward like this, because that's how the reflections work. And then I have like another floodlight. So I basically use 2 floodlights, and I use my Toda light. And this is kind of a key light. I could diffuse this, but I kind of like a little harsh light coming through the side sometimes. Oh, and actually, this is my pickup for today. This is the only thing I got. I went to a bunch of yard sales, and it sucked. It was all estates, and when I say yard sale, I mean estate sales, and they are privately run, and they are going for it. They're asking like insane prices. So basically, that's my set. A table, a hole cut in for jewelry. Table, hole cut in the top. Piece of lucite over that. The light comes from behind to get rid of shadows and make it pop from the background, which is white. Very simple background. It's not confusing to the product or anything like that. I have one Toda light, which is a wide, broad light going through a screen, which fills in the jewelry, especially the silver stuff. And I have one light on the side, which just I chose to do it like bare bulb. It kind of gives it a kick. I could diffuse it if I wanted, if I was worried about the reflections, but I don't normally do it. And in a second, I will show you what the jewelry looks like once I turn on my lights. Okay, this is what the jewelry looks like. The tint may be off because I'm using tungsten light, so it may have an odd color cast. But when I shoot it with my digital camera, the color would normally look pretty good, you know, pretty even. And you can see how it's backlit, so everything pops, and the light on the top and the side gives it a brightness and kick. And you can see the gold flecks in there are like really sparkling. So basically, that's my jewelry set. And this is the only item I got today. I went to, it was a short day shopping for me. I didn't have a lot of time. So I went to about, I don't know, just 2 sales. And all the sales were estate sales. And, their prices are very expensive. And I guess they figure they got, we're their only shot this time of year. And, and where I live, everybody has money. So they just ask top dollar. So, I really didn't buy too much. I didn't even really get to go shopping anyway. Maybe I'll have better luck tomorrow. But that's my set.